Thank you so much for coming back to another live broadcast of Cobra TV. And I just want to state that, remember, these are subscriber podcasts. So if you want to come on, it doesn't necessarily have to be about No Man's Sky. If you guys want to go ahead and start talking about some other game that you're playing, I'm more than happy to talk about things that you guys love. Not just, restricted to No Man's Sky. So don't be afraid to bring something else up if you want to. If you want to talk just solely about No Man's Sky, then that's fine too. I can talk to you all day about No Man's Sky. But I don't know where you guys are in the world, but I'm in the States and I'm, Midwest. So we are getting a little bit chilly all of a sudden. Seems like it's just like in a blink of an eye, starting to get cold. I can feel that fall weather. Okay, so good. Seems like everybody's doing good. All right. Okay, so the show we're going to have tonight, we're going to have serious, vodka. I bet you're experiencing some chilly weather. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have Serious Gamer X on the call tonight. And if you don't know who Serious Gamer is, he is one of those No Man's Sky YouTubers that is looking for the puzzles behind No Man's Sky. Like, if there's a puzzle in No Man's Sky, he's checking out the portals, he's checking out the center of the galaxy. He was the one who was recently there that was... His game was showing him that the center of the galaxy was already been discovered by somebody named Skits. I think that's the person's name. Skits had discovered the center. Now, we don't know if that was a glitch or not yet. So, if anybody's near the center, it'd be awesome of the Euclid Galaxy if you could go and check it out and see if Skits has discovered the center of the galaxy. But we're gonna have Serious Gamer come on. Plus, an added bonus, I don't know if you guys know, but there was recently 5 players in No Man's Sky who landed on the same planet. Not only the same planet, but they landed near the same portal. And they all lined up their pictures and everything, and they were streaming live on YouTube. Those guys are going to be on here too, or at least 2 of them. So we're going to go ahead and get those guys on. Skits, people have messaged Skits, but he's not responding to anybody. And I got a little bit of someone, I don't know if it was true, but somebody's telling me, and I can't confirm this, that Skits has actually discovered the Hilbert Center as well. So if anybody could confirm whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm not saying it is true, but if it is, that opens up a new can of questions that are definitely on my mind. But I can't ask him because the Hilbert part might not be true. Skits is Sean. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get Serious Gamer. And then we're going to get No Man's Sky Explorers, or Explorer, or Exploring. I don't know. We'll find out. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, dude? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, mate. How are you?
I'm doing really, really well. Your name's Rob, your first name?
That's right.
Awesome, awesome. So it's okay if I call you Rob?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Call me whatever you want. Most people do.
I called a guy by his first name once when I had him on the show, and he goes, "Don't say my first name." I'm like, "I'm sorry."
All right. No. I'm pretty open about who I am. I'm not afraid to tell people who I am. Or show my naked body.
Oh, no. So that's the other video sharing site,
I have Ryan available if you want me to add him.
Yeah, sure. Add him on. I can't wait to talk to you guys about what you did. It just sounds so amazing.
No worries. Let me do this if I can figure it out. Sorry, it's been so long since I used Skype. It's
becoming a thing of the past. It really
Definitely
is. Yeah. If you guys are wondering who we're adding to the call, this is Rob. It's going to be Mike and Ryan. And these are 3 of the 5 people Am I right
yes,
to say 5?
Yes,
oh my gosh. Yes. This is going to be 3 of the 5 people that actually met up inside No Man's Sky, and I've got so many questions for you. I can't wait. Ryan.
Good evening.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're trying to get Mike on the call. Okay, so now we got Rob, we got Mike, we're waiting for... Oh, wait. No, we got Ryan, we're waiting for Mike.
Yes.
And we also got Serious Gamer that's going to join us, too.
Excellent.
It's going to be quite an interesting show. So if you're wondering why I'm doing this on Twitch I don't get a whole lot of people that know that I'm, going live. And then the reason why I do that is so that people can get on the show if they want to come, call in and get on the show. And there are little things that I call subcast. And I tried to do it once on YouTube, and there was way too many people that wanted to get on the call, and I disappointed a lot of people. Serious Gamer!
Hello, can you hear me, guys?
Oh yeah, we can hear you, buddy. How you doing, man?
Great. It's 4 a.m. here in Greece.
That's cool. That's cool. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, we're only 2 hours behind you here in the UK.
I'm working out to 11:30, so let's do this.
All right, awesome. We got Serious Gamer X on the call. We got Rob, we got Ryan, and we're waiting on Mike. Serious Gamer, we're going to have 3 of the 5 guys who met up in No Man's Sky on the same planet, in the same around the same portal.
Incidentally, 4 of us, the 4 people you have in right now, have all been on that same planet, and each and every one of us have met me on that planet. Yeah. So Serious Gamer was in fact the first person to meet me on that planet.
Oh wait! Serious Gamer was there too?
Indeed.
He wasn't part of the 5, but he was number 1. He was the first person to meet me on that planet.
What a twist! I had no idea he was.
No, you didn't. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah. We were me, Rob, and Duck Pro.
Duck Pro, yeah.
Yeah, we were exactly on the center of the planet when we got out of the what's the name? The space station.
Yeah.
And we went through the center of the center, the pointer, where it points to the center of the planet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I have to apologize because my English isn't so good, because I learned English from video games.
Oh, my Greek. Wow.
Yeah.
It's better than my English.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Oh, this is amazing. Okay. All right.
I've got Mike's on chat, but...
Well, let me try and add Mike again.
Yeah, that would be cool. So...
There you go. I think I got him in.
Everybody's on right now?
Well, I'm
waiting for Mike to pick up. We could go ahead and start talking about how all this became to be, and then I want to talk about how it felt. And I've always said in the past, a very long time, years ago, I said, because I tried to tell people that don't get excited about the multiplayer in No Man's Sky. Don't buy it for that because you're going to get let down. And I said, but at the very least, imagine crossing the galaxy, and even if you can't see each other, it's such an amazing adventure to cross that galaxy, to be standing in the same spot as everybody else. And that's exactly what you guys have done. And so, how did this all start?
Oh God, how far back
did it start?
how far back do you want to go? Do you want to go back to the beginning?
So you guys, you're not friends before this, right?
No.
You met during playing No Man's Sky and running into each other, right? Kind of?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, this is getting even better. Okay.
We
start from wherever you need to start.
We all met via my stream. Mike's call failed, by the way. If you want to try, Cobra, because it failed for me, maybe if you can try.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been streaming No Man's Sky since day 1, since midnight in UK from its release, and it's so far on my channel, that's all I've done. All I ever do is stream No Man's Sky, and basically one by one, I started getting followers. Ryan was pretty early on, and then I met Mike. So Mike, Ryan, and I, and another guy who unfortunately has only made it to the system today, so he'll be number 11 to reach that system. The four of us started. We formed a group, and we were all doing our own things, but we formed a party chat. So we'd chat over YouTube on our own respective channels on a regular basis until eventually we decided, hey, it's time. Let's go to the center. So originally, four of us decided, yeah, let's go to the center, and once we get there, we'll jump through together. So we'll do it because we found each other. We thought we'd then jump through together as well. And then I found this system. Mike got to the center first, and he said, "Hey, Rob, I'm heading up to the top. Meet me up the top." So I found a system up top, and I named it Meeting Place. The system, just because I thought, hey, let's call it Meeting Place. And then Serious Gamer saw Meeting Place on his galactic map, was in my stream at the time, and said, hey, I can see Meeting Place. Let's meet up. So the object was to meet up with Mike and Ryan, but it's sort of the first person I met up with was Serious Gamer. Wow. And we fluked it by meeting up at the same waypoint on one of the planets. We actually managed to land at the same waypoint in the middle of the planet next to each other, basically. So that fluked it. And then we discovered that there was an abandoned building that we both could see, if you do the scan. So we went to the abandoned building, and we stood on the same piece of emerald overlooking this abandoned building, which was underwater. And then 22 hours later, because that was on my 24-hour birthday stream, because I just recently had my birthday on September 30th, and to celebrate it, I did a 24-hour midnight to midnight stream. In the first hour and a half of that stream, I was standing on a rock with Serious Gamer, and Duck Pro was also on the same planet. So within an hour and a half, there were three of us on that planet, and then 22 hours later, I was on the same piece of emerald with Gaming Mike, who we can't get into the conversation for some reason. So I started that stream with Serious Gamer and finished that stream with Gaming Mike, all at the same spot. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 of us on the same planet in 24 hours. And then it just basically went from there. That's how it sort of began. Anyway, short story.
Right.
Hey, Cobra, can I add something on this about the multiplayer?
Sure, go ahead, buddy. Yeah.
The thing I wanted to say was this game had a lot of potential for being a multiplayer game. So they created this game for being a multiplayer game. I don't know why they didn't do this, because we went to the same planet, we went to the same place, and everything was looking exactly the same. I mean, everything. Every single rock, every single plant was there at the same place. I was looking at both streams, and everything was exactly the same. So I don't know why they didn't do it. It had the potential. It's a game that creates some seeds to create the maps, right?
About a month ago, or maybe almost 2 months ago now, Sean Murray was in the PlayStation EU magazine and said essentially what's going to happen after No Man's Sky releases is we are going to have No Man's Sky Online, where you can warp to your friend's location and he can warp to yours. So I think that they decided not to spend the extra time, effort, and money into setting up servers for rare chances like this to happen, and just wait to implement a full good online feature. I think that's why it's not there.
Sorry. It's also interesting to note that you say everything was the same series, but when we had the 5 of us in the same spot on the same planet, what we did notice is that we were all in different time zones almost.
Yeah. I noticed that too.
Also, the sun, the shadows were never the same for any player, regardless of the time of day they were. So for some reason, my shadows were going one way. They were moving counterclockwise, I'll say, for Americans, and we'd say anti-clockwise in the UK. They were moving anti-clockwise around this planet for me, but for Rob, they were moving clockwise. It was very strange. So maybe there's other little issues that means it's a bit more technically difficult than you might realize. So just another point to add.
That's just so amazing that you guys did this in such a vast galaxy. You know, like you find a meeting planet, but how did you guys? You know, you're searching through someone decides, okay, this is a meeting planet. How does the other player go through the galactic map to find that exact planet?
The center is smaller.
I guess the only point that we had was the only point that we knew that everyone knew where it's going to be is the center. So, well, as soon as Rob and Mike got there, they set to work looking for a unoccupied system, which could be navigated via constellations, basically. And I think Gaming Mike has a sort of a shorter version of the video. Exactly. Yeah, he has a sort of how to find that system video. And you know, if you find the magic 3 stars, then you're onto something good there. So that's basically how it happened. Well, I got there a little bit later than the other guys. I traveled 170,000 light years in a week, without black holes, by the way, because it kept breaking my hyperdrive when I went through black holes.
Yeah.
So when I got to the center, Rob came on chat and directed me via my YouTube stream, via the constellations, and yeah, it was a pretty cool moment when I finally found the system.
Yeah, and the black holes, those could be bad to take, you know, because they don't let you jump as far as you do with your hyperdrive. And when I was watching Serious Gamer, watching his live streams, he would jump through a black hole that was close to the center, and it would take him 100 light years further away from the center.
Yeah, but it was taking me to another part of the galaxy. Okay, let's say I was north from the center. Then when I use the black hole, it would get me something like east or south from the center. It wasn't the same place.
Huh.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. And I can't wait to talk to you about, you know, a little bit further about the Sticks discovering the center thing that you've seen. So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, and the mysteries. I want to say something.
Yes, yeah, we're going to definitely talk about that for sure. But one of the things I do want to, one of you had said something, I think it was either on Facebook or on Reddit, which those comments on Reddit were just hilarious. You know, some people are like, why did you guys do all this? Why go through it? Did you want to shove the missing feature in our face? I mean, it was just hilarious, dude. Some of the comments, I was just like...
That was Rob, wasn't it, I think?
No, that's not...
probably the most vocal one of this little group.
That's not what you guys said. That was one of the commenters. But what one of you guys said was you couldn't see each other, but you could feel each other's presence. Now I want to talk about that.
I think that was on the Steam community. I think you may have read that.
Okay, all right. What did you mean by that? Was that just excitement that you were feeling, or was there something else to it?
I mean, we've got a game here with 18 quintillion planets in it.
Right.
We did something which they said probably would not be able to be done. Now, we all know that happened on day one, and that was probably just pure dumb luck.
Luck.
Now,
yeah.
My whole comment, I mean, because I didn't post on there. I mean, it was somebody else who posted on and said, you talk about multiplayer, this is multiplayer, and then everyone was going, that's not multiplayer, how is that multiplayer? And when I was reading that, I was like, hang on, this is... And I get angry, and that got me angry, and so I had to comment. So I said, look, I'm really saddened by the fact that you guys can't appreciate the achievement that this is.
Exactly.
For us to travel, for me personally, it was 174,000 light years to get to the center.
Right.
It took me 3 days solid to do it. For them to find a system and then map that system back to the galactic center to be able to guide somebody else to that system, which I then did with 3-4 different players, showed them how to get to this particular system using the galactic map and YouTube, saying, right, so I'm watching on YouTube, and you got the time delay on YouTube, and I'm sitting there, right, no, and I'm forgetting that there's a time delay. So even just to tell them how to turn their screen via YouTube to get to this star system, that was an achievement.
Oh, I know. I watched you do it too.
To then, and that was nothing, but to then find a portal on a planet that you cannot mark for anybody, to then reverse engineer again a mapping system to be able to look from space and know exactly where that point is using nothing but the cloud formations around that planet, and then to guide individuals to that particular spot on that particular planet was an achievement for me personally. I mean, and I think for Ryan and for Mike and for Sirius to pull that off, to pinpoint a point on a planet in a galaxy of 18 quintillion planets, it was a major achievement, and it really angered me that nobody was talking about that, and that everybody would rather slag it off that it's not multiplayer. Yeah. So my argument was, well, instead of like spoon feeding the same stuff that you've been spoon feeding for the last 8 weeks about how Sean Murray has lied, why don't you take a step back and think about what multiplayer is? Because multiplayer to me is it's players working together to achieve a common goal. Now, right. We did this via YouTube, via voice. We did that. We had a common goal and we achieved it, and we didn't do it the easy way by simply following a ship in space. We did it hard, and for us that was more of an achievement than following somebody's ship and just following it down to a planet. So right. To turn around and say that is not multiplayer, it was quite frankly insulting, because it was multiplayer at its finest form. It sort of went back to the old Dungeons and Dragons days where you used your imagination to play a game. Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's what it was for us, and so it was an achievement. It was such an achievement for us, first time I met Sirius, I felt proud. The first time I met Gaming Mike, I felt proud and pride in that we'd achieved this together. Yeah. First time I met Ryan, I felt pride, and I'm sure everyone else would agree that they felt pride and a sense of achievement in all of that. Absolutely.
Yeah, because essentially what you guys did was look for a needle in a haystack, and you found it.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, we were given a map
massive haystack.
Yeah, we were given a map that's consistent for everybody. You know what I mean? It's the same, and you know, the fact that you said it. The fact, you know, it's not the point that you guys found the same planet, but to find a portal that's hard enough to find. Period. And you found that, and then all of you found it, and then all of you stood there in the same spot. I think it's amazing, and you know, with people on the internet, you have to understand that, you know, they're gonna say something negative all the time. You know, it's just, I don't know, it's just it's a blanket of security for people. But what I think you guys did was absolutely amazing.
I mean, ironically though, and this is the funny story, Ardent Duck, who was number 5, who was actually number 5 to join us, there were 3 of us on the planet, me, Ryan and Mike. We were already at the portal. Ardent Duck was meant to be number 4. I'm trying to guide Ardent Duck from space, and it was taking him more time than it should have done. Ryan obviously got bored waiting and went for a walk. 10 minutes from the portal we were stood at, he found another portal. 10 minutes walk, literally 10-minute walk in a straight line. Wow. It was like, I can't believe I found another portal, walking within 10 minutes walk of the portal we had. While he's found this portal, I'm guiding Ardent Duck down to the Alpha portal, as they call it. Instead, he lands at the Bravo portal, which Ryan has just found, and then attempts to get up to fly to Alpha. He's 10 seconds away from landing, and his internet connection cuts off, and he's lost. He's gone. He's not there. It's just the 3 of us. And then I get a message from a player number David, David Flocky, who was one of the other 5. He messages me, who I had previously met at the portal. He was the first person I met at that portal, who I guided to that portal previously. He goes, "Oh, right, by the way, I'm at the portal." And I went, "You serious?" Got his stream up, and there we had our number 4. Because we knew that the second portal was 10-minute walk away, we all decided, well, we know Ardent Duck's going to come back. We know that he got out of his ship at the second portal. When he comes back, he's going to respawn at the second portal. Let's hike to the second portal. So we're sitting there. Gaming Mike, I don't know what he was on that night because he was hyper. He just set off. We're like, whoa, which direction did you go? Was it that way? Was it that way? Where did he go? So it's like, just go that way. Just go that way. So here we are following each other in each other's YouTube streams. We're watching each other's YouTube streams to see which direction to go. And the four of us hiked to Portal Bravo, and lo and behold, Ardent Duck comes on, and that's how we got the 5 together. So we got the 5 together, but not even at the original portal we were trying for.
That's amazing. Wow.
It's got everything, right?
Yeah.
And then yesterday I discovered a third portal, like 5 minutes flight away from it. So
how long are you guys going to be staying on this planet?
Couple of days, hopefully. Sunday at the latest.
You ought to see just how many people you can get there. You got to just stay there and be like, hey, this is the hub. This is the first No Man's Sky hub, man. I'm deeming it the first. This is Alpha hub. You know what I mean? Just like everybody goes there. I think that would be really cool.
I mean, I hope that actually happens. I mean, enough people have seen the streams now. I mean, you know, collectively we've had, you know, a few over 1,000 views on those streams alone now. So people know it's there, and if more people want to come along, great. Why not?
Yeah. If I was any closer, I would definitely make a beeline for there. But I think I'm still like 160,000 light years away.
You can grind black holes. It only takes you about 7 hours. With black holes, only using black holes. It only takes you 7 hours.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Why? Why not do it?
It's always your hyperdrive that goes.
Yeah.
Today I was watching like a Bone Junkie. He's another great No Man's Sky streamer, and he's at the Calypso Galaxy, and he went to the center in only 7 hours by using black holes, only black holes.
Oh wow!
He was jumping, yeah, and it took him about only 7 hours. Imagine that.
How far away did he start?
Like I don't know, 170,000 light years.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
It took me a week.
Took me 3 days.
I want to get back to this, but I also I want to kind of like mix this up with a little bit of the puzzle mystery and the mystery behind No Man's Sky and things like that. And one of the things that I have is, okay, you know the 1.03 patch, the day 0 patch that we all got. He said that they expanded the galaxy by 10 times the size. Okay, so I think when we are at our last star and we're getting ready to warp to the center, I think that's why the last star says we're 700 and some light years away. But if you look at the galaxy card, it says that
6,000.
that jump is over 6,000 light years away. I think the math didn't get corrected properly when they expanded the size of the galaxy. I think that's why the math is wrong.
That would make sense,
now,
actually.
Right, so now when you're making that jump, we know that our hyperdrives can only jump about 1,500 light years. You know, when they're 1,600 when they're fully maxed out, right?
Yeah.
With that said, if it's expanded and it is now 6,000 light years away, then our hyperdrives can't make that jump. So is it the fact that we're making a jump that we can't make, so we don't get a chance to go into it? Now here, I know a person.
Well, Sticks did.
Sticks did, maybe. Maybe.
No, it's not a maybe. He did it.
Someone messaged me today saying that Sticks also discovered the center of the Hilbert too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We're going to get to that in a minute. This is crazy.
Wow, okay.
All right. So listen, I know a person that I work with that actually has a version of No Man's Sky. This guy lives out in the country. He does not have any internet whatsoever. His PS4 he bought at launch day, and it's still like it was at launch day because he doesn't have any internet to update his stuff. So I asked him to take a picture for me of his version of No Man's Sky, and he has No Man's Sky version 1.00.
Whoa.
So I am working with him. He is going to try and make it to the center to see if his hyperdrive can actually make the jump to the center.
I don't believe
to see if it's any different than what we get when we have a hyperdrive that makes a 1,600 light year max jump to a place that's 6,000 light years away. So I'm seeing if, his is before the increasing size of the galaxy. So the math would be correct on his.
I don't believe that's truth. I believe there is a Vinsco drive somewhere.
You think so?
This
I
Omega
believe it
drive.
exists.
Okay, so let's talk about sticks. This, what amazes me is that if the Hilbert one is in fact true, imagine somewhere there's an 8-year-old kid who's not allowed to go on the internet. He doesn't go on YouTube or anything like that, and he saw No Man's Sky and said, "I want that, Mom," and he's sitting there beasting this game, like he's figured it out,
I know. Well, what I said, my argument, when I heard about this, I said on one of my streams, no, all this kid's done is he's got angry and he's thrown his controller at the wall and something's happened and he's found the sensor. He doesn't even know he's done it. It's like throwing the controller and he's... But yeah, I tried to contact him and got no reply, and I looked at it, he's got no friends on his friends list, or maybe they're hidden so I can't see them, but...
Yeah, me too.
So that's weird. How do we know for a fact he did the same thing to the Hilbert?
We heard about it.
Is it a bug? I mean, could it be a bug?
No, I don't believe it's a bug.
It's not a bug if everybody else sees it. Like did multiple people see it? Okay, multiple people see it.
Yeah.
But Cobra,
Okay.
I thought in your last stream you hypothesized that it might be a glitch of some kind.
It could be because when Serious Gamer went out into free exploration mode, it wasn't connected to it anymore. It was almost like there was an invisible star system, because we know that's a glitch out there, and it looked like that in free exploration mode. But when he was in waypoint mode, it was stuck right there on the center.
Yeah. But the glitch, I believe it was on the pointer, okay? Because every time I did it a lot of times off stream, and it was pointing there to the center, had the question marks there, the same distance, 6.6 thousand light years.
Yeah.
I believe he did it, guys. I'm pretty sure. I think I'm 90% sure that he did it. And we don't know how. And now
he's Sean Murray. Maybe Sean Murray did it just to prove to everyone there is a puzzle element to the game. But, because I uploaded a puzzle video saying No Man's Sky is a big freaking puzzle, guys, and man, I caught so much flack on that video. This is like they were telling me I'm going crazy and bonkers, and I don't know if I'm starting to believe them or not.
It's why.
And the thing is, I noticed. I was looking for 3 planet, 3 moon red star systems, and I have noticed that I cannot find any more systems, red star system with 4 planets and 3 moons. I cannot find those nowhere inside the center. Maybe it was maybe the middle planet on the hologram was a planet, and it was like 4 planets and 3 moons, not 3 planets and 3 moons. And I remember the first time I was trying to find a 3 planet 3 moon red star system, and I found some of those with 4 planets and 3 moons, and now I cannot find them nowhere close to the center.
Unfortunately,
maybe the hologram
we could be all wasting our time, and it's nothing.
Maybe.
It would be nice to hear from Sean Murray and say, look, they can be open, just do it.
Yeah, right? Something.
That's the best thing about this game. You have to keep going. You have to find yourself the things you want to follow, the things you want to do. This is an exploration game. You can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want to be. I want to be an explorer. I want to find the Easter eggs. I want to find the secrets, even if it's not there. I want to do the search to find myself. If it's something there or there isn't.
Yeah,
that's what this game is all about.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
This is how you build this game for yourself.
Yeah. Having said that, though, I would say that Hello Games probably could do themselves a little favor and stop the hemorrhaging a little bit by saying one thing, just saying the portals do work. If they just said that,
Right.
there would be a flood of players coming back. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely sure of it.
Me too.
Well, one of the things I thought of a long time ago, it was just a speculation thing. I thought that the portals were going to be the way that you could possibly see another player, because somebody else's portal on some planet would lead to a specific planet that yours would lead to, and then you would run into another player. And I thought that's the only time that you would be able to do that. And it would be amazing. It really would be amazing if that was actually still true. Or if that was true, and that's what happens when we activate the portals, we could actually go see each other. Maybe get into the same time zone. As we see, we're not in the same time zone.
Hello?
Hey, Mike.
Mike, what's going on, buddy?
Man, sorry about that.
He was too
Welcome,
busy
Mike.
streaming.
It's okay. Hey, we all made it to the same stream.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're awesome. We're awesome. You guys already make that.
Getting to that portal look easy.
Yeah.
All right, so Mike. So you have anything you want to say about the all of you guys meeting together and how it felt for you?
Oh man, it was great fun. That was by far my favorite stream yet. I just started streaming when I started playing No Man's Sky, and it's been a lot of fun. But that was a good culmination to a lot of things. A lot of people I've met. It was nice to stand there with them, even though we couldn't see each other.
Yeah,
enjoyed
and I've said that before in the past. It's awesome, even if you couldn't see each other, and for so many of you to coordinate such a difficult thing to. The galaxy is huge. There's many different places you could go to, and then to find one portal, the same portal, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. It's really amazing. I mean, when somebody said even though we couldn't see each other, we felt each other, and I think Rob explained it pretty well, that it was a tremendous accomplishment, and that you all felt exactly the same, excited and happy and felt accomplished. And that was, I wish I could have experienced that.
Yeah, and it was like hanging out in a place with your buddy. But I hope that Rob's taken all the credit for putting that all together, because he did a lot of work mapping that stuff out and guiding people to the system and guiding people to the portal. He mapped it out through the clouds on the planet. It was a very involved process.
I would second that, actually. Rob's done an awful lot of work for Hell Games. I would claim, actually.
Give me a job.
Yeah. I mean, we should probably talk about it. Like Rob streams probably, on average, I'd say between 6 and 10 hours a day. I'd say he's probably the most active No Man's Sky YouTuber on Earth, and that's not an exaggeration. I think you probably are. And
Probably.
he spent an awful lot of time working this game out, and he did this, and he deserves to be have hats tipped to him, shall we say?
Well, my hat is definitely tipped to you, dude.
Absolutely.
It's nice to be appreciated. And just for the record, Mike, I got my spanner back, and I didn't have to say the P word, just so you know.
Right,
This is an in-joke. No one's going to understand this means.
Well,
You have to listen to our streams. We're not usually this civilized.
Guys, before we end up ending the call, please make sure you leave your YouTube links in the Skype chat so that I can include them on the YouTube video when this gets uploaded.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, that's another thing. It would be amazing if we could get a bigger audience, because honestly, I think we do the game justice just for us lot having good banter and chatting away while we're playing the game. I think it's nice to watch. So yeah, that'd be great.
Right, definitely. All right, so we were talking about the mysteries of No Man's Sky, and I know Serious Gamer X has tons to say. Does anybody else? Have you come across anything concerning the portals or the center?
Let's talk about a couple of mysteries. Let's talk about the mystery of the V3 pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
What is the mystery of that thing? Because as far as I'm concerned, it has no purpose apart from wasting my time to get it.
Yeah, exactly. It opens V3 doors of the game.
Yeah, great.
That's the only thing it does.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
is there something the V3 pass does that nobody has realised? Because I mean, I've been disappointed twice in this game, and that is the only 2 times I've only ever been disappointed in this game. And V3 Pass was number 2, because it was like, why have I wasted my time? All of this stuff that it's giving me, I can get at any waypoint, any crash ship, anywhere on the planet. It's giving me nothing new. So I wasted my time there, and that really upset me. So I'm thinking, well, maybe there is something that we don't know yet that hasn't been discovered. So the optimist in me is saying, there is something there for this thing, you know, there has to be. So that to me is a mystery. The other thing that really disappointed me in the game was the Atlas Path. I mean, that ending, what was that about? I do a riding show where I ride my moped from work, and I put my camera on the wind mirror, and as I'm riding, I talk about No Man's Sky. And the day after I finished the Atlas Path, I did a show, and it was like, what was the point? What was the whole point of that? It was such a big thing. From the moment you start the game, the first decision you have to make is, do you follow the Atlas Path? And if you do follow it, you don't even get a cut scene when you finish it. You just get, hey, well done, we've named a star system for you, we've birthed one. We're not going to tell you where it is, we're not going to show it you, we're not going to tell you what its name is, just take our word for it. Now, on your way. To me, that was like, are you kidding me? What was the point of that? Yeah. And all they had to do was introduce a cut scene. Just a cut scene that showed the birth of the star. It didn't even have to be real, it just showed it. And I was happy.
I was a bit disappointed with the Atlas Path too, but what I got out of it was an interesting story was told to me. You know, we've learned that it's all a simulation, it's a loop, and you know, it was a path to learn some lore. And when you got to the end of the path, the payoff was, you know, you could see black holes now. You know, and
that was ship. Hey, here's your reward, a broken ship. So, you know.
Well, you're right. But, you know, that was what it was to me. It was the experience of the lore. Yeah, was I disappointed? Yeah. But I did get something out of it. You know, it wasn't entirely pointless. But, it, you know, it did break my... Oh, you know, it made me go, oh, man, what? Yeah. But... it is what it is.
Well, and this game is really story heavy too, and I think a lot of people miss that on the rush to get to the center first. I think people, well, comparing their expectations to what it is, I don't think people realize that a lot of the game is in the story. There's the exploration, but then those stories are great. I mean, whoever wrote the abandoned building lore, I want to read more by that person. You know, that stuff
was great,
fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to explore the lore, and I didn't want to explore the planets too much, because I was trying to do the Atlas Path and collect all of the lore and everything and read it. And so I was exploring the lore, and I made a comment in one of my videos. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go to that planet. I'm going to go ahead and hurry up to the next Atlas Path. I'm not in a exploration mood, you know, because I wanted to explore the lore. And somebody unsubscribed to me, told me I was a fake fraud, and that I'm not exploring for my audience. And I'm like... I tried to explain I'm exploring the lore, but he blocked me and I couldn't even explain myself. And I'm like, okay. You know, the lore is explorable too. And it's something really fun to explore, especially if you're screenshotting it and then you go back and you read some of it. And I feel it's too scrambled though for me.
But it's all connected.
Feel like it's all connected, yes, but it's like, well, what do you read first? How come? Because I wanted to do a story, and you know, and read some of the lore and tell the lore on my YouTube channel, but it's so given to you at different points in the story that you can't. It's hard to put it all together properly.
Wait, guys, I'm going to bring some water because I'm thirsty and my throat is... I'll need 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, the lore seems disconnected at first. I think it does go in a cycle, though, as you visit the specific types of buildings. I've gone back through, and I always stop at the abandoned buildings now just so I can read it again. And I believe it's chronological, but early on in the game, I don't think it's that easy to realize because you're hitting all these different type of buildings and you're going to different systems, seeing Gek and Korvax and Viking stuff.
Right.
So it comes at you really chaotically in the beginning. But if you play, I mean, as you play through some more, you can stop specifically at those types of buildings and see the story a lot better.
So it only seems like it's all scrambled, and the more you go.
Yeah, I remember in the beginning, I didn't know what was going on.
What about the fourth race? I saw a video on Cobra's channel. It was a podcast. He was talking to someone who found the files of the fourth race, and there are some lores that obviously they say something about. There was a lore. I don't remember exactly what it was saying, but it was saying about a creature that it was different and it was past this age and things like that. Or there was something on monoliths that was saying like there was a culture before the Viking. It was, I think it's on the Viking plaques, on the Viking lore, and it was saying about race, that it was before the three races, and maybe it outlived the Sentinels, maybe it has created the Sentinels, maybe the Sentinels are created by the fourth race, I mean the Greys, and things like that.
The fourth race was actually cat-like figures.
Yeah.
I don't know, by looking at that picture, it looked like there were two different types of NPCs there, gray aliens and cat-like creatures.
Yeah, but have you seen the picture I took of from the planet? The carving.
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
It was looking like a gray alien, right?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, so
Really did.
everything...
I think it's code that's in the game, you know, because they found it inside the game, the fourth race files.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's code that's inside the game that has not been woken up yet. What I mean by it could be an Easter egg, yes, and that's another thing. You know, he said he put Easter eggs in there, but has anybody found one? Like a really one that you could actually point at and say, "Yep, that's an Easter egg."
No,
I mean,
I'm yet to find a Voyager probe flying through space.
we knew that some of the achievements were Easter eggish, you know, kind of, but that was before.
Yeah.
We knew that before. He said that they put Easter eggs in the game.
What about the reference to the bagel fish from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah, but that was before he. You know, we already knew that those were Easter eggs before he actually said, "Hey, in this new 1.03, we put some Easter eggs in." Blah blah blah.
Where are they?
Have you heard the singing angels in the portal?
No.
I've heard some noises, but I didn't.
Wait.
Whales
singing.
Okay, all right. I think I am the only one who actually has discovered this. If you go into a portal, we'll turn your music down to 0, just so the only effects you've got are your sound effects. Turn your sound effects up to 100. You know when you walk into the middle of a portal, everything goes quiet and you just hear noise. Noise reminiscent of the monolith sound from 2001, whenever they showed the monolith. It's reminiscent of that. If you walk in and out of a portal, you will actually start hearing there are 3 distinctive noise patterns that you will get to hear. One is just a slight humming. One is a little bit more industrious with a little like a beat, 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 beat sound to it. And one of them is like the slight humming, but if you listen very carefully, you can hear what sounds like angels singing.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to be trying that tonight.
Yeah, me too.
I am.
I have pinpointed a portal on the planet here.
I mean, you guys, Ryan, Mike, if you guys you've heard me show that. Did you hear it?
I was at work when I was listening, so I couldn't quite hear what you were talking about, unfortunately. But I've tried it myself, and I heard two of those things you're talking about. I heard the sort of industrial sounding one, it was more like a whoop 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 for me, like a tear, or kind of like whale song. It sounded like to me. It was pretty faint.
Yeah, it's probably you call it whale song. I call it angels. It sounds like angels singing inside the portal, and they're like chanting. It's like
a voice from the other side of the portal.
Yeah, and the three distinct sounds to me are probably linked to the three races. You got the industrial sound, which is probably the Gek. You've got the quiet sound, which is probably the Korvax, machines, computers, and then you've got the angels, which are probably linked to the Viking. So I don't know if that has anything to do with Easter eggs. To me, it's an Easter egg, but the portal is activated.
Something I wanted to say about the races. I mean, have you noticed all the Korvaxes? Most of them have on the masks the planet with the 2 moons, right? Like Nada does.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? They also have the X with the 3 ones. 111. Okay? X and 111. Right? On the shoulders or on their suits, right?
Okay.
So the Vikings have the golden balls on their forehead. Have you noticed that? The small golden balls, like they are on the ruins. Did you notice that too?
Yeah.
What do the Geks have? I didn't notice anything about the Geks.
Geknip.
Drug addicts.
That's why they wear that crazy headgear. They probably think it looks good when they're high, but
that's why their beaks fall off. It's from Getnik usage.
Like the helmets. They're wearing the helmets. Like ancient Roman helmets. Have you noticed that?
Leave the Gek alone.
Long live the Viking.
Yeah,
or give.
You're engaged to one. That's the only reason you say that.
I'm engaged to one, so have you seen that, Cobra, as well? Like, you can accidentally get engaged to a Viking in the game.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny too because somebody trolled an article about on nomansky.net a long time ago, saying that new information has come out that you can get married to the NPC, build a house, and build furniture, craft furniture, and people were believing it. They're like, Cobra, you got to talk about this. Cobra, you got to talk about that. And I'm like, no, guys, that's not true.
Like Fable.
But now we can get engaged to some of the NPCs.
Like on Fable.
And building is confirmed. So, going back to that nomansky.net article, even though it was a troll, they weren't too far off, man.
No, I would think Sean Murray has read that and goes, you know what? Let's put that in. Because it happened with Lemmy from Motorhead, didn't it? When Lemmy from Motorhead died, they named it Lemmy.
Yeah, that's an Easter egg. That's an Easter egg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Lemmium, a heavy metal element. I mean, there you go. I mean, and that was just because of a developer was a fan of Motorhead, and so they snuck that in. And how long ago was it he died? It wasn't that long ago, was it? So
no, you're right. Yeah.
And they stuck that right in there. So I suspect that the engagement is probably as a direct result of that Reddit page or whatever it was saying that this is going to happen. So you know what? Let's stick that in as a joke.
You know something, guys? What I was thinking about, they didn't put multiplayer, so they should put something that you can leave messages to other players on planets. Like you can build abandoned buildings and then leave your message there, so other players can find your message. It would be very cool if they
it really would be cool.
Something like that.
I think it'd be cool if, the gravestones that you have to go back and collect, like if they never despawned. Yeah. And like you were roaming around on a planet and you saw someone else's gravestone just spinning there.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
And you can pick up any stuff they left behind in it.
Yeah. Like if your inventory's full or you can't get it all, you know what I mean? Like a little bit stays in it. That'd be cool.
I mean,
You can.
So I talked about on my writing show about things that I would like to see in the game multiplayer wise, and I was thinking, okay, so we can't see each other, but why can't we set bounties on each other? So, you know, like Grand Theft Auto style. So you set a bounty on one of your friends, and every time they go into a system, they get attacked. And if they manage to defeat so many waves of pirate, they get the bounty instead, you know, things like that. Just to give it a little something of a multiplayer element.
It'd be kind of cool if you got a little bit of a deposit too. So, you know, 10 hours later you're playing and all of a sudden you get some extra units and you're like, ha ha, he just died.
yeah, that'd be excellent. But I had a similar idea, and I mentioned on my show as well about forget base building. Why do we need base building? I don't see any point to base building. What is the point?
Exactly,
the whole purpose of the game is to move on and on, not to stay in one place. So I had the same idea of saying, well, I would love to make my own little markers where I could create my own lore as such and have people find that lore some way, sometime in the future. Because that was one of the big things that appealed to me to this game, was the fact that I could have my own little bit of immortality within the game. Virtual immortality that someday, for as long as the servers are alive, there is a planet somewhere with my name on it. I mean, I've put my own Easter egg in the game. I've named a system somewhere with my email address, and it's my email address. So I'm hoping someday someone will find it and email me and say, hey man, I found this planet with this address, you know, how you doing? It'll probably be on my deathbed just before I take my last breath, but it would be cool.
Like leaving a bottle with a message on the ocean.
Yes. Yeah.
It's great. That's the whole idea about the abandoned buildings. I was saying you should leave abandoned buildings, because the lore, it says something in the end. The Lord points you to yourself, and it says that you leave this message for yourself. The voice you heard, everything was by yourself, was a message from yourself, from the future, from the next galaxy, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's so...
I think they've always had building in mind, because if you look at the lights, why can we turn off and on the lights? That seems like something that you could possibly craft and build for your base or whatever, and be able to turn off and on the lights, because maybe they're going to use isotopes for energy, and you don't want to leave them on all the time.
Yeah, but why have spinny chairs?
Yeah.
Did you see my newest video where I go in and I piss off the Viking?
Yeah.
I'm spinning that chair and he's telling me to stop, and I'm like, why? There's nothing else you can do with it.
It was great. I've seen that video. It was so fun. I was laughing by myself.
Some things I think a light switch is just a light switch. You know, I don't think it means anything. A spinny chair is just a spinny chair. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest problems of the game is we keep trying to read too much into it, which keeps us playing by doing it. But
a Viking actually killed me once in a building. I was on a toxic planet and I ran inside and I had one health. I don't know what you'd call it. 1 health left.
Oh my god!
And I interacted with a Viking and I got the wrong answer and it hit me and killed me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That's
I killed myself. I killed myself in a space station once just to see if I can do it. Kept jumping off the balcony until I finally died.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was crazy because when I went back, like I saw my grave, and I'd never died on a planet's surface before. So when I went back in, I thought like I didn't know what the hell was happening. This thing was spinning round. I was like, what is going on? But yeah, I got punched to death by a Viking.
That is awesome.
After I agreed to marry one as well. It's just an insult.
Will you marry me? Yeah, sure. Punch. You're dead. Come back in and get your grave.
Not worthy of my daughter.
Yeah. That's foreplay for you, for the Viking. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about, you know, a content update possibly here pretty soon. It's been a long time since we got bug fixes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Their last bug fix said more bug fixes. So if they added another one, would it be even more bug fixes? Or, you know, it's been such a long time, right? So with Sean Murray possibly going on Jeff Keighley's show in late October, and then the developer for sound and audio going to be in Helsinki, Paul Weir, is going to be in Helsinki early November. It sounds like, you know, a lot of free time is going to be in their laps. Yeah. And for Sean Murray to show his face in public after such backlash, I don't think he would show himself with the game as it is right now. Or if he did show himself, he'd be like, hey, the beginning of November, you're going to get a new content update. That's why I'm here to tell you. But I really think this long period of no bug fixes and these meetings and around the same time frame, October, beginning of November, I think we're going to see a big content drop. And, you know, what would it be? Would it be the missing features, or would it be the base building and the freighters that they talked about? And what confuses me is that they mentioned those before they said that they're going to put the missing stuff back in. So are we going to see some of that missing stuff, or are they just going to go ahead and skip over top of it and just add the base building and freighters?
Are the portals going to start working?
I just think there's so much that they could be doing. I think we can't even begin to guess what it is they might be adding in. I think there's been so many different requests. Then let's be honest, there was a lot of features that were hinted at that aren't there, so it could be a number of probably 1,000 different things. So I'm just gonna wait for it to happen and be surprised.
Yeah. We know one thing for sure, and that's more music. That's the one thing we know for definite, that there's more music in it. I think we've got that pretty much confirmed by 65 Days of Static, didn't we? They said they were finishing up doing some more music for the pending update.
Yeah.
So
music
we know that
doesn't add more hours in my gameplay.
I don't know. You might enjoy you might enjoy listening to it, just sitting there listening to it. But I mean, that's the one
a
thing
lot of
we
people
know.
are. A lot of people are looking at the tweet that Paul Weir did, and they said, "Oh, only audio." He doesn't say just audio. He said audio will be in the first content update soon. So it's not just audio.
Music? Why would they make more
What's
music if it was not new content? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's enough music in it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never felt like there's a lack of soundtrack to No Man's Sky whatsoever.
Unless you go hunting for angels in portals like Rob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't go hunting. I just that I happened to hear something, so I investigated. But I mean, to me, No Man's Sky is like Lost. You know, the TV series Lost.
Yeah.
It's just so many questions, and you just have to keep plugging away, and in the end, just like Lost, you're not going to get all the answers ever. So there'll always be unanswered questions, and that was the fantastic thing about Lost. I mean, it was always the unanswered questions,
right?
And the speculation, because I think Lost was the very first television show that got a community behind it, an internet community behind it, actually discussing it and theorizing, and that's what happens with No Man's Sky now. You've actually got people theorizing left, right and center, whether or not they're wasting their time or not theorizing it, who knows, but it is fun to actually theorize what this means. What does that mean? Is this something, you know, it's fun, even though I don't think anybody's actually discovered anything yet. Or confirmed anything yet. So
it's fun. At the end of the day, it's fun. That's all it is. I mean, call me crazy all you want, but I'm having a blast. You know?
I mean, I've streamed. I thought I did a rough calculation before I came on to see how much I've actually streamed, and it's somewhere between 300 to 400 hours now that I've actually streamed of me playing this game, and I still want to play it. So I just do not understand how people can hate this game so much if I can play it for that long.
I don't know how people can hate the game so much, but I'm one of the biggest No Man's Sky fans. I'm with you guys, right? We're all in the same boat. We're in the same No Man's Sky boat.
Yeah.
But I understand why people are upset, because there are certain features that people were looking for. Planetary orbiting, you know, that would have been kind of cool. But if you think about it, if you had to travel to a star and then past a star just to get to a planet that's on the other side, that'd be a lot of travel time. To make it stationary like that was probably smart. I don't know why they changed that.
They said that they changed the day-night cycle because in testing people were getting confused.
I read that too. Yeah,
so they changed it. Personally, I think I would like to have tried it myself, though.
Yeah. But imagine how it would be if you were, you know, sometimes planets can be 2 minutes away or more at full pulse. And imagine trying to get to a planet that's on the other side of the system star.
We don't have to imagine. We travel 174,000 light years to get to the center. That took 3 days for me, a week for ride. Okay. So, to me, the idea of actually having to travel a long time to get across to the other side of the sun, I would revel in that. I would absolutely love that. For me, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it would be cool too.
It would not necessarily be great streaming entertainment, but to have to do it would be fun though. I think.
But I think, you know, people they have I understand why some people are upset. Now the outward hate, like the weird, I've seen some comments that are just like, you know, like that are very hateful and they're very like violent.
Yeah,
and I can't understand that, and I can't get behind that. But I can get behind people that do feel like there's certain things they wanted to see in the game, and they're upset that they're not. I feel for those people, I really do. I'm a little bit disappointed at some of the missing things too, but I play it and I have fun with it, and I know that this is just like the release of this is just like the release of Minecraft, where it's a base version that's going to be built upon if we allow it to be built upon.
I don't know how many times I've said the exact same thing, Cobra. I mean, I often when I get people coming into my streams on the chat saying, "Oh, what's the point? This is awful." Blah 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 blah. I always start with, look at Minecraft. Look how Minecraft started. It started as such a basic idea, but it's become a phenomenon now. And No Man's Sky has infinitely more potential than Minecraft.
Yeah.
So give it time.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll get better. It really will.
Yeah, come on, guys. You know, it's an exploration game. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to explore. No shooting, no fighting. It's an exploration game. You have to explore. You have to get the feeling of exploring. You know, I always loved things about space. You know, I always was watching like space documentaries and everything about space, about black holes, about the universe, the planets, the distances, everything. And this game offers you that, to see how big is the universe, how big is the galaxy. You can see that in those 18 quintillion planets. I mean, the galaxy of the game is bigger than our own galaxy. It's maybe 3 times bigger. And you have to see that. You have to open your mind and see the game, that it's so huge. And you can see the vastness of space and the galaxy. And to feel how small you are in those... I can't figure the word right now. You are so small compared to the real galaxy, to the real space, to the real universe.
I think Sirius has hit the nail on the head, and 100%
it has feelings.
The point of the game. Sean Murray's point of this game is to point out how insignificant we as an individual are in the whole scheme of things. We are nothing. We are a speck of dust in the universe. We are nothing. And his message is in this game.
And he said that much too.
Yeah.
He said exactly that.
Said that is what the point of the game is. It's not there's no end game. There's no defeat the last boss. It's not a traditional game as such. It is a game for you to open your mind and just see how large the universe is as a whole, whether it be virtually, and question one's own existence and insignificance. And I think that's the point of this game. It's not a traditional video game.
Yeah, and I think that's where it breaks down a lot for a lot of people, because we this game could be played for long amounts of time, right? And when we first got this game, everybody binge played it. I mean, we binge played it more than binge play episodes of Walking Dead on Netflix. You know, I mean, we went crazy with it. And we got in 40 hours, 80 hours, 100 hours. We got that in within the first week. And so I think that, you know, when you buy a normal AAA title that's got a 30-hour, 40-hour story, when you're done, what do you do with it? Well, if it's a collectible for you, you put it on the shelf and maybe you wait for a DLC. If it's not a collectible, you take it back to GameStop and you trade it in for the next game on Tuesday. You know, with No Man's Sky, you can play it for past that 30-hour, 40-hour normal campaign mark, and the game doesn't complete for you. It doesn't end for you. It just keeps going and going and going. So it leaves like this unended feeling. Like there's no closure. Yeah. Like you, it feels like, okay, I have to put this game down before I'm done beating it. But there is no done beating it. No. And I think that's where a lot of the emptiness feeling comes in for a lot of people. I really do. I think that's a problem.
Sticks beat it.
Yeah.
Sticks is an 8-year-old kid in Idaho sitting on a freaking carpet in front of the TV getting yelled at by his mom. Yeah. And he has no idea what he's done.
Yeah. Why did you throw your controller at the wall?
Why are thousands of people around the world messaging you on your PSN account? I don't know, Mom. You won't let me read them.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly wonder if he even knows what he's done. Like,
I don't think so.
Like, joking aside, I wonder if he even realizes.
He probably thinks he's doing the same thing everybody else is doing.
The thing is, on my live stream, when I found that Sticks found the center, was a guy appeared with a YouTube channel like Sticks. It was the same name.
Oh yeah, I seen somebody.
And he was claiming that he was the Sticks that found the center, and he was telling us that as soon as he found the center, Hello Games Ryan called him and he told him to sit quiet and doesn't say anything to anyone so he can win the big prize or something like that.
All right.
You know, that's an awesome thing.
His phone number.
Yeah. Sean Murray said the goal of the game, one of the goals of the game, is to get to the center of the galaxy, right?
Yeah.
But he just before release, there was an interview I was watching. It was a new interview just before release, and he said something that stuck out to me, but I didn't report on it because it went against kind of what he said in the past. But he said in this interview, and this is a quote: "Only a few people will get to the center of the galaxy."
Yeah, that's I heard that.
But I dismissed it because I'm like, what do you mean only a few? You told us it was only 40 to 100 hours away. What are you talking about? So I ignored it, you know, and I guess he's right. Since everybody warps to the center, you get rejected. Nope.
Yeah. Repelled back, yeah.
Try again in the next galaxy.
I'll be honest with you.
It's not like that. It's not like that.
Glitch. I still think there's some sort of glitch going on here. I don't think anybody's done anything. I think somehow somebody's gone through the center and it's glitched and has caused them to say discovered. Somehow something's glitched.
You think so?
I think that's exactly because it doesn't tell you everything. It's still got the question marks, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, when you discover a black hole star system, even though you claim that discovery and you upload it and rename it, it still says analysis of the star class and the amount of the amount of planets and moons is always going to be question marks.
Yeah, right. No, it says it just says black hole. It just says black hole. It doesn't say about.
Yeah, there's no star class information. There's no planets information on the info card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that maybe the center of the galaxy could be the same way. There's no analysis. There never will be.
I just think someone's traveled through and it's glitched out just at that time and put his name on it.
Think so, huh? That probably makes more sense than someone actually discovering it. I want it to be true. I want it to be true that someone actually did it. That would like redeem us a little bit about being crazy Looney Tunes.
I believe there is a way to truly go to the center. I'm a believer, guys. I believe he did it. I don't know how he did it, but I believe this is truth. I might be the only one, but believe it. I'm a believer.
Yeah. But it was discovered on the 8th, but he did it on the 5th. So you can't tell me that somebody didn't notice for 3 days that it was discovered.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are, well, I don't know. Maybe everyone's moved into the next galaxy. Shazam1, thank you for coming by. How many people are left in the Euclid, and how many people are just hanging out at the end?
Yeah.
And how many people, if they've been there for a while, how many of them are looking at the center? You know what I mean? The info card. I don't know.
Who knows?
There is a guy, Ron Scoville, who is always on my streams, and other people who plays No Man's Sky. Ron Scoville is his name. And the thing about this guy is that he doesn't play the game. He doesn't even play the game, but he searches for an answer. He wants to solve the riddles of the game, and he thinks he believes so much that there is a riddle that somehow he managed. I don't know where he found that app, but he's able to pinpoint your location in the galaxy in an exe. I believe it's an exe type of program. I don't know what is he doing. That, you know, when you go to the scanners on planets, they have some code names, right?
Oh, I've seen this guy talking, actually. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And he told me, hey, Sirius, go to a scanner on a planet. I will tell you exactly where are you on the galactic map. And then this guy, I went to the scanner, and then he saw the numbers and the letters there, and he put them into this program, and he somehow managed to pinpoint my location in a 2D map. And the thing, he sent me a picture, and I believe it's working. He found a way to pinpoint your location in the galactic map. I don't know how he did it. Yeah, but that's crazy.
Who's this guy again?
Ron Scoville on YouTube.
Is that Ron? Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
Oh, Ron. Yeah, the guy that knows so much about No Man's Sky, but it doesn't even own the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. He knows more than we do, and he doesn't even own it.
He told me yesterday that if I keep flying straight, I will find a third portal. Didn't he, Ryan? He was saying he did say that. Yeah. Portal. Keep flying straight. So I got in my ship and I flew, and lo and behold, there was a third portal.
I think it's funny because he doesn't even own No Man's Sky.
Yeah, no. How does he even know so many things about the game?
I don't know.
By just watching streams. He searches in the internet every day, I believe.
Yeah.
He's like a little guru.
Yeah.
We were asking, there was one on my stream one time, and we were asking him, hey Ron, how do you know so many things about the game? Maybe you are Sean Murray.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Legacy Zero, Martin. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, Cobra, what is your Twitch channel called? I really apologise for my ignorance.
It's the X Cobra.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not on your YouTube description, actually. Like, I had a look earlier. I couldn't find it.
It's in descriptions of every one of my videos.
I found it. So I'd like to see what people are saying. Right, got it. I never used it.
Ron?
Yes?
I want us to talk about the center. Because I believe there is a way to truly go to the center by figuring out...
How was that?
By figuring out what the lore says and everything. The monoliths, the portals. I mean, there must be a connection. That the hologram... Why? I don't know. I have played so many games with riddles and stuff and mysteries. But there is always one thing pointing to another, right? So this hologram with the 3 planets, 3 moons, red star, as we believe, it's pointing to that system. Why? Why is it there? Why does this hologram exist behind the V2 doors? Okay.
Does I like I said, I'm only 160,000 light years from the center. I work heavily. I have a job where it takes up so much of my free time, and then when I'm not, I'm usually talking, on YouTube, yammering away. but the some of the lore, does it talk about the star system? Maybe the hologram is just to instill some of the lore that's talked about.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there is something to it. I believe that there is something to it. Because it is mentioned on the lore, the actual 3-planet, 3-moon systems are like the same. 1 planet with 2 moons, 1 planet without moon, and 1 planet with a moon. And that's why I believe there is something into it. And somehow that guy Sticks managed to find. Managed to find it. And he claimed the galaxy. And after the Euclid Galaxy, he claimed the Hilbert Galaxy, the Hilbert dimension.
Now, we don't know that for sure. We don't know about the Hilbert one for sure.
Many people told me. 3-4 people told me that he claimed.
Yeah.
He said they sent me messages like they saw that the Hilbert was claimed by.
I've been messaged too by quite a few people about the Hilbert Galaxy 2 being claimed by Sticks.
We want to see
I still have yet to see proof, and I need proof to be able to say something like that on my YouTube channel.
Screenshot, it didn't happen.
Maybe he.
You're right. That's what people say.
No, maybe he found the way to claim the galaxies, and he doesn't talk to anybody, and he just keep going to claim all the galaxies by himself. You know, maybe he has such an ego, and he says, "Wait, I found the way to claim the galaxies. I will claim them all. Every galaxy will bear my name. Why not?"
That's what I would have done.
Why not?
That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
He's gonna go do all 255 of them, and he's gonna start talking like there's nothing left, y'all.
He's not gonna talk until he finishes all the galaxies. 256. I believe that. What most people will do? Claim all the galaxies by themselves.
Maybe.
There is a whole galaxy, a whole universe, and you can see something in this game. How much ego does a man have? No? Claiming all the galaxies by himself. That's true.
That's rude? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we are egoists. People. Humans. Right?
Right, yeah.
I'm just...
Okay, guys, so
You know what?
I'm gonna say goodnight now because I need to go to sleep because I'm working in 4 hours and I need to go to sleep.
Okay, serious.
So thanks for everything, guys. I mean, you, Cobra, for getting me into the talk. Thank you so much.
All right, and make sure you leave your YouTube link. I already know your channel, but it'll be easier when I go to edit the video for YouTube.
Okay.
Just leave it in the Skype there.
Yeah, I will. So, guys, keep the talk. I will keep listening until I fall asleep. So.
Okay, buddy.
You hear that, Ryan? You hear that, Ryan? Just listen to Ryan. That won't take long.
Hey. I've been complimented on my my YouTube voice many a time. Thank you very much.
Yes, it's good to fall to sleep to. That's what you've been told.
Oh, I thought it. Oh.
I'd like to something said about the
I'm gonna hop up now.
Community in general.
All right, serious. See you later.
Sorry, Siri.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Buddy. Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much for everything.
Oh, serious.
Hey, thank you as well.
Serious. Are you going to join us for the jump through? Do you think you're ready to jump through to the next galaxy?
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe not.
Maybe
okay,
not.
guys.
All right.
I will keep listening. So, good night for me. I'm gonna say good night.
Good night, Sirius.
Good night, buddy.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.
What a good guy, man. That guy is he's got an amazing character to him, you know? I could sit there and watch his live streams forever.
Oh, yeah.
One night, it made me late for work, actually.
Whoops.
What were you going to say about the community?
Right. Cobra, you touched on it a little bit. You said the community playing No Man's Sky kind of turned you around, and I just like to give a shout out to a lot of the stream watchers, people that don't necessarily stream themselves, people that don't necessarily play themselves, but that also love this game and love the streams and are out here. I mean, they're on constantly showing their support for it and helping out and trying to help people solve the mystery of the game, trying to, help people figure out what to do when they're stuck, things like that. There's a lot of strong support in the community, and I think that's one of the best things about the game, actually, and one of my favorite things, and one of the things that's kept me playing and kept me involved in it is all that support. So I think they deserve some props. For sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I've made several videos thanking them. And they helped me become more of a positive person like a long time ago, way before the game ever got released. Because I made my first No Man's Sky video back in 2014. Wow. And then people came by and they were like, great video, great voice, great presentation. And I'm like, are you being nice to me? Why are you being nice to me?
I remember it, Cobra. I'm pretty sure I was one of your earliest subscribers, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I remember. This is gonna sound weird. I remember the first video I watched of yours. I was lying in bed one night, and
where's this going?
I'd heard something about this game, and so I went on YouTube, and your video was the first one that come up, and you'd only done maybe 2 or 3 at that point.
Was I wearing a mask?
Yeah,
I started my first ones wearing a mask.
Nice. I just remember
what
the audio
idiot.
quality not being quite as good as it is now. That's something
oh
I
my
do remember.
gosh.
There's nothing wrong with wearing a mask.
I was wearing a mask and there was like a little broken webcam. Only the mic worked, and I had it taped on the inside of the mask.
Yesterday I had my head in a jar. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
Oh my god, memories, man. Jeez.
So you've been YouTubing for quite a while then?
Yeah. I started covering No Man's Sky. I think maybe I was the first one. I remember doing a bunch of research for it, and I couldn't find a YouTube channel talking about it. And I'm like, man, I did all this research, I got all these notes. I may as well make a video. So I did.
Well, I mean, you do have a face for radio. I mean, a voice for radio. My mistake.
That is funny. That's what you tell someone who's ugly. You think I don't watch Opie and Anthony? I watch Opie and Anthony.
This is real Rob. Come on now, here he comes.
Oh, come on. I've been good. And have you jumped through yourself, or are you still in the first galaxy?
I'm still in the first galaxy. I'm 160,000 light years away.
Well,
I have been playing quite a bit, but I wander too much around. Like, I got a video I uploaded where I'm just talking to people and I'm just walking around a planet. Yep. Not even doing anything. I'm passing out vortex cubes. So it's like,
when I get on chat with these guys, I forget what I'm doing, and all I know is my thumbs are doing one thing, but my mouth is not concentrating on what my thumbs are doing, and you just don't know what you're doing.
Same. I often have to watch my own streams back to understand what I just achieved in that last 3 hours. I mean, the end of the last stream I did, I was blowing up a mountain. I don't really know why. But there you go.
It just happens sometimes.
I've made quite a good indent in it, and I think I'll continue tomorrow night blowing this mountain up. But yeah.
So when are you guys going to jump through?
Oh
good question.
My god!
Actually,
you're not even hesitant on doing that?
Cobra, I think you know Peter Pew Pew, right? He might have even been on your show once or twice. I feel like he might have been.
Wait, who? What now?
Peter Pew Pew. I mean, you're friends with him on Facebook.
Oh, I think so. That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's who we're waiting on, actually. So like Peter, Mike, Rob, and myself. We're like a little brotherhood kind of thing. We're like a little force.
Thelma and Louise it right through the center, holding hands.
Exactly. So we will be streaming that actually. Screen on Rob will have at least 4 screens in one stream, and we'll be streaming that like all jumping through the center at the same time. and seeing where we end up. But we're not sure when that's going to happen. It might be as late as Sunday, unfortunately. But
okay. Yeah, it'd be funny if, as you guys are all going at the same time, when it goes backwards, if you all just yell rejected at the same time. But what would be funnier is if one of you actually went into the center. That would be hilarious.
Me. These two, they don't deserve that. 400 hours of streaming and I don't get the center. I would be so annoyed.
Enough Geknip.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's going to be a symbolic gesture because it's the last act of my channel, because Exploring No Man's Sky will no longer exist after we do that, because I'll be rebranding it to something else. Because I think I've done all I can in No Man's Sky, so I want to rebrand. So for me, the jumping through the center is going to be the last act of Exploring No Man's Sky as a channel. So for me, it is a huge thing. It's a symbolic gesture as well. At the end of one chapter and the start of another. So for me, it's going to... there will be tears. I'm not going to lie to you because I'm that sort of guy. There will be tears. So if you want to see a grown man crying, come join that stream, because it will happen. It happened the other day when I was just talking about it. I started crying. I don't know why, but it did. It was embarrassing. But so for me, it's a huge thing because I'm ready to move on now. I'm still going to play No Man's Sky for the rest of my life, but I'm ready to move on to... in my next chapter of my YouTube career, basically. Yeah. So for me, I can't think of any way to begin that chapter with these 3 friends that I've found in the last 8 weeks and feel like I've known them for years. I mean, and that's what No Man's Sky has done. Yeah. You know, for us 3. And I'm sure Mike, Ryan, and Peter, if he was here, they would all say the same thing, that we have become so close so quickly, you know. I mean, I'm getting married in 5 weeks, and I even said to Ryan the other day, I wish he could come, you know. And we only met like 4 weeks ago, and I wish he would come to my wedding, but unfortunately he can't. So that's what this game has done. So when people say there's no multiplayer, well, you're not playing it properly. That's all I can say.
Right? Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, there's no there you know, in a sense that everyone's saying there's no multiplayer, there actually is. I mean, even sharing information's multiplayer.
Exactly.
And then the fact that, you know, you guys, you know, you found a way to play together. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, pat yourself on the back. Don't let the negative comments, even though some of them were pretty funny, and I don't think that they were saying them to you. I just think it was a good opportunity to take a jab at the missing feature. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I mean? So don't take it too much to heart. You guys did something that nobody else is.
Of hearing about the missing features.
Yes, yes, we are.
Aren't we tired? No Man's Sky, more like One Man's Lie. Oh my God, come on!
There's about 5 complaints for this game, and we've heard them all. But just that alone, the fact that there's only about 5, says a lot.
Yeah,
there's plenty more to complain about in other games.
How many subscribers do you have on your channel?
Subscribers?
Huh?
350.
Nice.
In the 8 weeks? 8 weeks, 2 days.
That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mike and I are slightly behind. I think we're on about 170, 180 each right now.
Yeah.
So
coming up on 200.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Very good. Well, hopefully, if anybody's still listening on after, you know, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. If any of my subscribers see it, please go check these guys out. As you can tell, they're very charismatic, very funny.
Cheers, Cobra.
So definitely go check them out, because I tell you what,
Cobra, because you know, Craig Ferguson, he left for, you know, a British man. So you know.
Wait, what happened? Am I retiring?
He's trying to steal your channel.
Oh no, I'm not going to retire. No, we're going to be moving into. We're still going to be keeping up with No Man's Sky news, No Man's Sky gameplay, because that's never going to stop. But we're going to do more of what I call indie TV, and we're going to be doing just like we covered the development with No Man's Sky. We're going to be doing that with a lot of indie titles.
Right.
And I've interviewed developers from Dual Universe, Astroneer, I just had an interview today with a guy making a game called Astrocore, and so that'll be up on the channel here in a little bit. And that's really early in development, but it looks like it's going to be a fun game. It's another space game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nothing like No Man's Sky. It is going to be rather big, but it's more like it's mixed with a little bit of, I guess you could say it's like Minecraft with a little bit of Final Fantasy in space. It looks like it's going to be fun. But yeah, we're going to be covering a lot more indie titles and do a lot more podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, Mike, and Peter, we're planning on doing joint ventures as well. We've got something in the works. So honestly, if you just have to come to one of our streams where we're on together and just listen to us. And so, I mean, that's probably how we've got most of our subscribers, is just through the banter with us four. So we decided that we're going to try and do something ourselves and launch something as a joint venture in the near future. But No Man's Sky for me, and I'm sure it will be for these two, it will definitely be always our first love, I think. And I think anything we do from now on, any game that we recover, any game that we play, we'll always compare it to No Man's Sky, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be like that first girlfriend. You truly loved your first girlfriend, but no other girlfriend ever made you feel quite the same way as she did, you know. So that's what No Man's Sky is going to be for me, I think. And I think for you too, by the sound of it. I think I hear a little tint of sadness in your voice about that you might be moving on to something else as well.
There's a little bit of sadness. But it's not the fact I'm not moving on like entirely. I mean, there's always going to be that presence. I mean, even if I'm the last one playing No Man's Sky, you know, I mean, it's always going to be a game that you could see sceneries that you never see again. And I think that's the beautiful part about it. You know, it's a great game to come home after work, maybe grab a beer or something, sit down the recliner, and just turn the game on and just go walking around, flying around.
How many games have you ever played in your life where you could just be playing and then suddenly be going, "Oh wow, what is that?" Or if you're Ryan, go, "What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that?"
I want to hear that.
I don't think he doesn't do it as much anymore. I think he got conscious of it because I kept sticking it to him.
I wasn't expecting a pineapple to start jumping at me, you know? That's essentially what happened. And do you know what? Actually, so, like, some people have a problem with, like, the similarity of some of the animals and some of the planets and plants. And let's be honest, there are some things that need to be fixed in terms of the procedural generation of life. I call them fan plants, like these plants that you get in the cave entrances. They're like huge fans. Yeah, I don't know what they are, but like that they're just on every planet. But I still, from time to time, come across an animal and I'm like, what on earth is that? And it happened last night actually. Like a couple of nights ago on stream, like I ran into an animal with the likes I've never seen before. And, you know, I hope that still continues to happen.
Oh, what about the planet of the bouncing poo?
Oh, yeah.
The bouncing poo. Tell me about this.
I found this planet and I found, you know, those little bouncing squidgy things.
I've seen those, yeah.
Right. And there was this one that it was brown and it had stripes, like little tiger stripes, but it looked like a poo that bounces around. But it was so cute. And I fell in love with this creature. I really did. I kept feeding it and following it and everything. And then I met other animals on the planet. And I was having such a Mary Poppins moment, or Snow White, surrounded by all the animals. And then I decided, it's time to leave now. And I walked back to my ship. My ship was parked in a meadow, and all the animals were surrounding my ship in the meadow as if they'd come out to say goodbye to me. And I am not joking when I say this. I had tears in my eyes. I left that planet with tears running down my face because it was just such an emotional moment for me. And no game has ever done that to absolutely. I may have been streaming for 12 hours and I may have been ridiculously tired, and that may have had something to do with it, but the emotion that I felt at that time was real. It really was. And no game has ever done that, ever. Maybe The Walking Dead Telltale Games right at the end. Maybe that did. You know, that did, you know, when you had to leave him behind. That, I don't know if you ever played that.
So what's on the agenda to play next, you guys?
PSVR.
Well, I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy at the end of November.
Really? That's gonna do it for you, Final Fantasy?
Yeah, I like those games.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm
not laughing at him. Why is somebody laughing? I'm not laughing at him.
That wasn't me. Ryan, explain yourself.
I didn't make a noise. I love Final Fantasy. I've got Final Fantasy 10-2 sitting, well, 10 actually, on PS4 sitting right in front of me right now, in fact.
I hope it's not 10-2.
No, well, 10-2 comes packaged with it, doesn't it? So.
Oh.
Yeah. But no, for me, it's I'm currently I've just finished the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign on veteran difficulty, but I'm waiting for the multiplayer. I think my multiplayer game to stream will be the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign, because that was an excellent game.
Yeah. Have you guys played Boundless in it? Are you PC or strictly just PS4?
It's just PS4 for me.
Yeah.
I'm both.
I think Nico's back. Nico Bellic.
Uh-oh.
Serious? Serious? Did you pocket dial us?
Guys, can you...
I think you butt... Yeah.
It's me again. Back.
Hello!
It's me again.
Cobra, please leave this moment in the final edit.
Okay.
I will.
Okay, I wanted to say something. I was like right now on the toilet. And I was
Okay. I'm with you.
and I was thinking about No Man's Sky. And the thing
I do that too when I'm on the toilet.
This is a nice link, Rob's
because
Wait. We have to ask first. Are you still on the toilet?
Yeah, no, I'm not on the toilet. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
You know, I had some kind of meditation there, and I was thinking about the sky. I hear you laughing. So the thing was that why did they do a specific thing in the game? So when they played the tech demos, do you remember? They were playing like planets like Euclid or Vesta Prime, right? You remember those?
Right.
The videos?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So these planets or this system does not exist in the game, but they exist in the lore of the game. Don't you get it?
Right.
They exist in the lore of the abandoned buildings. There's something about it that we cannot figure it out. I believe it has something to do with the game, like we are playing like, I don't know, maybe they will add features to it. Maybe not, because maybe we are
Man, this is one heck of a...
Yeah.
This is one heck of a
You were
bathroom
playing...
break.
You were seeing the tech demos like Euclid and Vesta Prime planets. And they are also mentioned in the lore, like past. Don't you get it? It was past. It was the dead traveler's song. Yeah.
Right. Wasn't somebody's homeworld was destroyed? Was it the Korvax homeworld that was destroyed long ago?
Yeah, it was Vesta Prime. Korvax.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But why is it on our lore that refers to the past, in our current game, the planets from the tech videos? Why is that?
In the past. You're saying maybe the demos were a glimpse of the past of the game, like those demos took place a previous time game-wise.
Maybe.
And that the missing futures are in the past.
Yeah, we don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I have one question.
That's where they all went.
I just had to say that. I'm sorry.
But there are also prime planets on the game, because I found some planets.
Yeah.
I found a planet like its name was Community Prime. So there are prime planets on the game. So
Right.
maybe Vesta Prime in the game, or Ictlac, all those planets. That also Bonzagi was trying to find them somehow, but he didn't. That's the last thing I wanted to say about the game. Mostly about but I'm curious why was the planet?
I'm not laughing at you, Sirius. I'm laughing at some of the comments I'm reading on the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Oh, I've long suspected that going through the center the right way might be some kind of time travel thing where you go back in time and the ruins maybe aren't ruins anymore and they're, present day functioning buildings or something like that. It would be nice.
Yeah.
Like Lost.
I read the comment right now. He says, Deck just says his toilet went deep. Okay, guys, I'm going to sleep right now. So goodbye.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Good night, man.
Yeah. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can you imagine the dreams this guy has?
I just hope he washed his hands and wiped his bum before he... on.
I tell you what, if anybody's going to solve any puzzle No Man's Sky, it's going to be Serious.
If anybody's going to create more puzzles, it's going to be serious. Maybe the portals are just giant toilets. Who knows?
Yeah.
You just haven't figured out how to flush.
Oh, that was just his eureka moment. I could just see him sitting there. Eureka!
Wait a minute, I can't get up. It hasn't come out all the way yet.
Jake even pulled his pants up before he ran back to his computer.
I don't know.
It sounded like he was still in the bathroom.
I think he might have been.
All right, I think we're gonna have to end it on that note. That we can't get better than that.
How you gonna
What? Yeah, how you gonna top that? Yeah. Guys, I had fun. I would like to have you guys on the show again in the future, and we could continue talking about your YouTube channels and such.
I want to ask you something before we go. Okay.
Sure.
It does look like that because of our time differences. It does look like it is more than likely going to be Sunday when we jump through. How would you feel about joining us? You can do that distance in 3 days if you really have a go. If you really try, you can do it in 3 days. How would you feel?
You think I can? I have the blueprint for the Theta, but I don't have the things to craft it just yet.
It's emerald and gold, I think you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's quite a bit. Quite a bit. You know what? I could try and build that tonight.
See if you can make it, man.
Why not have you there? You've invited us onto your show, so I would like to extend the courtesy to you and invite you on our show and do the jump with us.
If I were to do that, though, I wouldn't be able to do it on Sunday because I only get Monday and Tuesday off.
Well, I'm off on Monday. I don't want well, I live in the UK, so it doesn't really matter. But I think it'd be nice, wouldn't it, guys, if we could somehow manage it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if we can work it out, for sure.
Well, let me try. If I don't get a chance to make it there, don't worry about it. Just leave me behind. But if I do, then that'll be awesome. That'll definitely be good. But don't worry about me if I can't get there in time.
All right. Well, you just keep us posted. And come say hi in our streams and let us know what you're up to. And
sure,
if you can do it, it would be a great honor to have you there. So I hope you guys are happy with that and you would agree with that. So
absolutely,
yeah.
More than there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, definitely. Looking forward to it. Cyber Sirius is talking about Star Citizen stuff, but live in Bangkok. It's really hectic time difference. Oh, okay. Yeah, message me on Skype Sirius. We'll get together an actual time that we can get to sit down, and we'll work that out, buddy. All right, guys. I have enjoyed you guys having been on the show. Like I said, I would like to have you guys on again. I haven't had this much bounce back and forth and a podcast. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. So whenever you guys want to come back on, just message me.
Okay.
It's a done deal.
Yeah, it was great fun. Thanks for having us on.
Hey, no problem, guys. Keep exploring, man. Keep your chins up. Don't respond to the trolls.
Right. Sometimes
just delete it.
Sometimes it is fun though. So
yeah.
make a troll cry, and you've achieved something in the day.
Aww.
But anyway,
all right, guys. All right, everybody, take care, and thank you for everyone that came out in the Twitch chat. I enjoyed you guys being out here. Legacy Zero, and I think No More Shadows was here, or also Martin Requiem was also in the chat. Thanks for coming out, bro. Serious, Cyber Serious. Luke Skytrekker, which is a writer on my blog. So it's good to have you guys out. And I guess I'll see you guys in the YouTube video when this airs.
All
right. Bye, everybody.
Cheers, man.